Hello guys. Today I'm going to do a survival game kit uh, with ELS version 4, my ELS version 4 version of which this process could work with any other ELS version. So let's get started. So I own the project, but at the moment I don't have internet, so I can't open my epics. But what I did is that I made a copy. So this is a 5.3 version of Survival Game Kit. It's a fresh project. I just created it the other day. Um, yeah, as you can see, what's the date today? Uh, so I created it here around, yeah, is it on 9th? The copy, this is the old one. So around Wednesday. Yeah, so I am going to hit pause, and then once the compiling of shader is done, I will. No, there's no pause in this thing. Stop recording. Oh, oh shit. So only it is has pause and continue, I think. Okay. It means we will have to wait. So you people will have to like forward a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. Just forward. Okay? Yeah. Just forward, man. So there. This is 2.47 version. Uh, at the time I was recording this tutorial, this should be the original version, right? Yeah, and everything should be working as expected, I think. This thing is never synced. Anyway, so let's get to it. So, the first part is whereby you'll need to copy the inputs. So I will go to the config default input. Then I will open an ELS project. Don't copy the inputs from my ELS version. Just copy inputs from uh, any ELS project from either the marketplace. It should work. The reason why I'm saying not mine, it's because I did add some inputs already from the SGK older project, so I just extracted the ELS so that I can change some stuff and make it as as it is now. So configuration default input. We'll start by copying this, the axis. Mapping, just add them here, enter, then Control V to paste, and then Control S to save. Then we will copy now the action mapping. That Control C there. Then we will come here, press enter. Yeah, so make sure action you copy from the end. So this is the last action mapping. For the axis, I copied from the last axis mapping so that you know where I copy and where I paste. Then Control S. Yeah, I hope I say things correctly. Yeah, so for the action mapping, I looked for the last action mapping of this, pressed enter, then paste. For the axis, I did the same, the last one, and then copy and paste from there. So at this moment, the action mappings should work. So after that, now we can open my project or your ELS version 4 project. Like I said, this process should work with any ELS into survival game kit. It's a guarantee, but also it will depend with how your ELS was replicated. Some ELS don't work, some stuff won't work, not unless you find a way to, to make things work. For the ELS that I'm using, yes, it had some issues, and with time, I did find a workaround for each of them. So I'm going to confirm with solution settings to check if I'm using climbable. Yes, so I'm using climbable. So meaning I will have to open this project. Oh, by the way, before I copied the inputs, I did close the project. So sorry, I missed that. Damn. What's wrong here? Your project warning. A landscape actor with physical material. Okay, so I will have to open here, navigate to collision, and then add a new trace channel. Call it climb able. Accept. Oh, yeah, accept. And that's it. So now I can close this. Then I can go back to my ELS project and then migrate. I will migrate it to my new project, copy content, and then migrate. And we are done with this project. So now I should open my project. So now your project, your ELS Advanced Locomotion folder, you open your map, and when you hit play, your inputs should work. So as you can see, mine are working and nothing seems broken. Okay. Nothing seems broken. Everything is working perfectly. So yours, up to this point, your inputs should work because you copied the inputs. Okay, so now we will go back to the showcase map, SGK showcase map. So now this is the first step, which is kinda easy. There are like two steps. So the easy first step is by making SGK master character to be the child, to be the master, of your character. Okay, so like for example, in character logic, ALS space, this guy here. So if I will close other tabs. Okay. Um, then once I'm done with hard, I think I should use these cameras, the third person camera, the first person camera, right? Yes, first person camera, third person camera. Can I do this? How are they calling the camera boom? Yeah. So, did I do it that way? Oh, okay. So the first, which is the easiest way, if you're using the normal ELS, what I would do is like come to class settings and then here select SGK master character. You should have an error. Yeah, you should have an error with the function. If I was to use the original ELS, I think you should have an error with this sprint function, of which I renamed it. Uh, I don't remember. Yeah, you should have an error with the function. So if you end up having an error with any function, just rename that function to something like, no, first of all, Control Z, like to revert your settings, and then find that function and rename it to something like ELS underscore, then that function name, and you should not have any errors. Like if let's say you're trying to make your character, in this case ELS based character, to be a child of another character, which is the SGK master character in this case, and you end up having issues. Okay, you end up having issues. So let me see, did they replace this? Oh, they didn't. So in that case, if you end up having such issues, like it is telling you a certain function already exists, or um, a certain variable already exists, something like that, just rename it to something else that you can remember, or anything else that won't interfere anything. Okay, yeah. So at this point, once you do that, and then we come here and we do character will they spawn? We do SGK game mode. Then here we change to ELS character, which is this guy. Yeah, you should be able to play and you should be able to interact with almost everything. Okay. Yeah, so the reason why you are having those weird meshes, it's because I mean the reason why you're having that the reason why this thing looks weird, it's because you'll need to retarget, so don't worry about that part. So at this point everything will work and you should not have any errors. So that's the easiest step, the very easiest step. Okay, now I am going to do the second one, though I don't like it because it's too much work and many people want that one. So I'm going to Control Z until things get back to where they were supposed to be. Okay, so now I am using my ELS and nothing will work at this moment because it's not a child. Okay, so nothing will happen. So now the other way of which you are going to learn something cool and something new is that when you're integrating a project into a project, let's say for example ELS, because that's what I'm doing. First things that you need to look into you to the character that you're copying things from, first things which are very important, you need to look for implemented interfaces. Okay, so you will have inherited interface if this it's a child of another character, but by default it's just character, so meaning it's not a child of any other character. So we will have to copy BP SGK character interface. So we will come to class settings and then we add BP character interface, and then we will add SGK damage interface, SGK damage interface, and then we will add SGK interaction interface, SGK interaction, SGK interaction interface. So compile and save. So once you're done with the SGK interface, now you look for macros. Okay, your macros should be the second because some of these macros might be used in function and it's kind of hard to find someone putting a function inside a macro. Yeah, majority of people put macros inside a function. Okay, so we will continue to is inventory opened. Just Control C and Control V. This player inventory, before you create it, you have to check if it's a component. So the only component here is character component. So let's add character component. Okay. So now we can create this as a variable, and also we should check if it's replicated, meaning it's not replicated, so it's normal. So we do is crouching. Will I need this? Mm, I don't think so. But let's just copy all of them and then I will delete. Oh, this exists. Wow. Okay, is input blocked? Yeah, so what I'm doing, I'm just like how do we call? Like you just put them, you select it and then you Control C, then you go to your blueprint, you click anywhere and then you Control V, it will just copy. So is input block, is crouching, is input block, is local player, I think there should be a function like that already. ALS base character. It's not there. Wait for controller. So one more copied node is missing. Delay until next tick. Where are they using this? Delay until next tick. It did. I just learned this. I'll be using this instead of using delay. Oh, they're connecting this to is not valid. Yeah, so it's a loop. For controller is jump on cooldown. It's jump on cooldown. Yeah. So as you are copying functions and such stuff, also pay attention to some errors here. They get to tell you what has been copied, and if it says something failed to copy like it did the other time, open whatever it is that you are trying to copy and make sure everything is there. Okay. Yes, most of the time, if you're copying a function and let's say there was a macro inside that function, it might give you some errors like some blueprints were not able to be copied, something like that. So once you're done copying, open that function, con look for what's missing. So you will have to open your project, yeah, the original project, and then yeah, just go around and check what's missing. Let's hope you'll never get there because it sucks, man. I hate that part, by the way. Hate it. So once the macros are done, we can now go to the functions, of which if I look here, we don't have any functions, and that's good. So now for the other part, we are going to look for the interface functions. Okay, so we will look for we are not going to use lean. So lean values, lean. Look at rotation, character sockets. So we are going to need this. SGK master character. We are going to need throw point. It's from first person camera. It is attached to head. Where? Oh, on the mesh. So click on the mesh here and then Control V. This should be under this. Then it should be on head. Well, means we will have to add a mesh. Yeah, we'll have to add a mesh. So click on this and then add a mannequin. SK mannequin. Where is the other mannequin? Where's this mannequin? Hmm. Why is this mannequin? Oh, I think it's this one. So here let's use ALS in blueprint. Okay, so that now we can attach this to head like that. Then no, It's like I don't understand this, but it's fine. See, draw point, but there's no rotation, so I think he's only offsetting it. It is like here. That's fair. We'll test it later and see. Yeah. So we go back to that function. This, so it's throw point. So we can now copy this interface character GK character sockets. Connect this here. Okay. So that part is as easy as that. I don't think there's, yeah, so it sounds like he removed the other sockets, which is great because there used to be several more sockets. All of these sockets, he removed them. That's great. So character sockets, and then the character camera. I think my naming is kinda same, so I'll just copy and paste character sockets, character camera. Yeah, my naming are same. Ta-da-da. Yeah, so for you, if you're using your custom camera and let's say the naming is different, then you will have to drag in your camera boom. You have to drag in your, yeah. I don't think with the camera manager. I don't think with the camera manager it's going to work. I've never tried. Yeah, I've tried by the way, but the last time I tried, replication wise, it wasn't working perfectly. It was kinda off on clients, but on server it was accurate. But on clients, when you shoot, your bullet won't hit where it's supposed to hit. That's why for me, I switched to using the old camera system. So if you're using any camera system, maybe for GASP or any other, so you will have to, I think, get the camera manager and then cast to it and just feed it inside here. So after getting character camera, hide components, we will copy those, get mesh. So now for getting mesh, SGK get mesh. So if you're using ELS version 4, I assume that you're going to do a single mesh for each perspective, either first person or third person. So if you're doing that, just connect this here. Nothing fancy, and you're sorted. Okay. Yeah, so it's as easy as that. So for the get mesh and then damage, so held widget, max held, current held. This needs to go because I added it. Proximity, yeah, so open only the white ones. Don't bother on clicking on the yellow ones, okay? Just confirm with the white functions. Code check. And when you double click on a function, when you're migrating a project, when you double click it, um, make sure it won't come I think up here on the functions, because if it does, it means you are overriding. Yeah, make sure it won't come anywhere up here. It means you are overriding that function. Which one should I? I can show you an example because this is not a child. It's not a child. Oh man, I'm in the wrong one. It's because it's not a child, so I can't show you. But if it was a child, when you double click a function and you double click a interface function, and then it goes up here, it means you are overriding that function, and you're not supposed to do that, not unless you want to use it, like you want to override it. So you can either delete it from up here or just Control Z to remove that override. Otherwise, it will interfere if it was being used elsewhere in that character with the master. Yeah, with the master class. So none of those are being used. Yeah, so SGK and interaction. So we copy this. We look for interaction, SGK and interaction. So as you can see, we are having this one or more something. It's not copied. I don't know what's that. Oh yeah, it's because of this. Um, so can delete that and interaction SGK interact. We now copy all of this. Oh, I see we are missing some equipment. So this is a local variable, so we can right click and then create local variable. Okay, so how do you know it's a local variable? In Unreal Engine, I think 5.3 and above, yeah, they are adding this to local variables. Okay. Uh, Otherwise, if you want to know if it's a local, if you click on it, yeah, all of these in fact are local variables. And it's because these are coming from the function. They are inputs. No, they're not inputs from the function, but they are all local. As I can see from here, you can't edit them compared to a normal variable that you can edit. This is how a normal variable looks like. More options, but a local variable, not too many options. And then normal variable doesn't have those fancy stuff up here. Like here you see, I don't know the meaning of this yet. No, I'll just say that. But this is a normal variable, and this is local because they have this fancy stuff up here. Okay, dead equipment, player inventory. Yep. So we can now connect. Yeah, just like I said, this is a local variable. It's this one, player inventory. Okay, so this one, it's uh it's it has been promoted. So promote to local variable to create this, and then this is this. You can just do this, and then player inventory. Nope, not that one. Player inventory. Yeah, this one. So this is a function local variable, and this is a created local variable. And that's done like that. Continue. This is SGK interact name. So here we have dead player, just Control A and Control C. Dead player, dead player, dead player. Where is that? Okay, interact name. SGK interact now. That's where we at. Possible actions. I'll just copy this. Possible actions, and then allow interact. Come on. Allow interaction. Then we look here. This, and so from at this point, I would say we are done with copying all the required good stuff for things to work as we would expect. Okay. My mic my mic went off and I don't know why. I think it's because there's no audio. So, I think that's it. That's all. Yeah, so like what I was saying in the interface, when you are like integrating stuff and then you click on a function, on a interface function, let's say it is, look at rotation. You see, I double click it and it came in as a function. Look at this. You see, it's up here. SGK look at rotation. It means I am overriding. So this guy, whatever is being called inside here, it will be ignored. Meaning I want to use this. So you can either delete or just Control Z. Always pay attention to such stuff, otherwise whatever it is that you are doing might not work and you might think that you've messed things up, yet everything is fine. It's just you're overriding an interface function without knowing, and maybe it's crucial or it's very important. Okay, so now to the other part. After yapping and explaining all that, uh, the other part is copying all of this. So, oh man, yeah. So I'll just copy all of this like that. I will come here and then I will add a new graph. And then I will call it SGK. Then I will copy, paste all my good stuff. So when I open this, here I'll just do parent begin play. I think we have a parent begin play already, right? Yeah, we have this, meaning we don't need this. Yeah, meaning we don't need this. So I will delete. I will create. Then, in fact, you don't need this code. First person camera transform, get save game. Uh, if that dude is dead, destroy. Okay, FP first person camera. You know what? Let's do everything. Then you will delete on your own. So begin SGK. I'll call it like that. and it's missing. So now I'll go back here. Let's me remove this. This one is custom. It's for the crosshair. Then I will call begin SGK. Yeah, don't worry about those. That's done. Here I'll just refresh. This building component, according to here, it's just a variable. It's not a component. So create it, because also it's not replicated. Okay. Then once that is done, um, so that we open that, just rename leaning. Like I said, we don't need leaning. For this event destroyed, fresh, call character landed component. Let's see, event on landed. I think there's another one here. So I think I should parent this. Okay, and then I come back here, call SGK on landed. No, we don't need this. Then I call SGK on landed. So the reason why here it's being called, it's because this is a child of the ELS base character. So this will be called regardless. Okay, and this we done. Misc. Now to the damage, everything here looks okay. To the inputs. Said here there should be an error here when you're crouching. We don't need this. And also we don't need this because we are using SGK. We are using what am I saying? We are using ELS inputs to handle that. Also, we don't need this. And also, I'm very sure we won't need this. Need any of those. Disconnect. So the reason why I am leaving them is so that in future, I think these ones they handle sensitivity. I'm very sure for the movements, or no. This one sends information to the character component so that when you're sprinting, they are looking for this value to see if you're going forward, left, forward, back, or left or right, so that the that thing could work. Yeah, this is what is dealing with the sensitivity for your mouse. but we are using ELS, so we won't wait. Yeah, we won't need this for now. Otherwise, it will override ELS inputs, and then things won't work. So once we are done replacing this, because what we'll just do is copy this to there, or just create a custom event, and then yeah, I would advise you to create a custom event. But for now, let's make sure that it's going to work. Inputs, we're done. Let's check input frame. What was going on in input frame? Tick movement input and camera shake. Yeah, we don't need this. Debugging, overkill, talking, uh, walking. So this, it's just a normal function. It's not a component. So we'll create a function. Oh, not a function, a variable. And up to that point, everything is done. Okay. So now if I hit play, up to this point, everything should work. Yeah, everything is working. That's why you can see the third person. What do we call? That's why you can see the third person mesh. So to fix that, we go back to inputs, and then we check toggle camera. So toggle camera view mode input. This should be the one. Uh, 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 uh. So I think, yeah, this should be the one. So when you're entering first person, since we are using uh, don't hide, and yeah, enter that person camera, first person body. Don't hide that. Yeah. So as you can see, my camera is working, or the ELS camera is working. Okay, or your camera is working. So also when I try and enter first person is working, but still I have to like come back here and then uh, so for the input to make sure that everything is going to work, SGK inputs, then toggle camera view. So I won't use this, okay, but if you would want, you can use it. I will still use the original input, but what I will do, uh, I will come on state changes. It's a function. The variables functions state changes on view mode change here. So I'm going to get this, then enter the first person and enter that person. So. Are they disabling a camera from here? Character camera. Deactivate. Yeah, I think they're doing it from there. But anyways, so I think here that person camera, this is active, so we are entering that person from up here. And first person camera is the one is to be active, and then we are entering here. Okay, so if I hold C, we should know that he's in first person. And also I think if I, let's see, if I skip all of those and just connect here directly, let's see if cameras will switch. Yeah, the cameras are switching perfectly. So meaning I can now delete. Now delete this, my old code, and use that instead. Okay, so now if I hold down C, which I think it's the original input for changing camera view, but with SGK it's V. Okay, everything is working as you would expect. Yeah, so now I should be able to interact with things. So it's just equipping stuff. So at this point you should be able to interact with everything. Okay, you should be able to interact with everything. So that's the other way. Many people wanted me to do it this way. People that have asked me to do the tutorial, they asked me to do the coping way instead of setting child way. So it's a long process, and it's kind of worth it, I would say, but it's very long and boring, especially for me. So that's it. Now for the input for the camera sensitivity part, this is how I like doing things. Oh, almost went to the wrong thingy. So I would come to SGK, then inputs, and then uh, I will just, I will, this is for looking up and down. So I'll take this, then come to the input graph, camera input, looking up and down. It means I will have to remove this. Use this instead. Let's create in some space. have to be multiplied. Look up, down. I wonder where they're using this one, but for now, split. So meaning that now you can use sensitivity settings from the main menu, and it should work perfectly. This is looking left and right. And that's it. So now, if you would like go to settings and then adjust, let me even confirm that it's working. Settings, controls, and then I'll set that to 0. Okay, and then yeah, if I try to look, it's not working. Okay. Settings, controls. We'll crank it. Yeah, it's working and it's too fast. And it's saving, so meaning it's doing fine. Do default. Now it's working perfectly. Okay, so for that part it's done, and now let's do the sprinting part, which I really don't like that part also, but guess what, I'll just have to do it. So I think for that part, it's supposed to be inside the player inventory. It's supposed to be somewhere on tick event. Does anyone see tick event? Tick, 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 tick. Tick. No, it's not on tick. So where did they put it? Oh, yeah, it's inside here. Movement. I think it's calling, right? No, it's not calling. Movement input. Let's see. Movement input. Where are you calling movement input? Damage. Frame. Movement input. See. So, okay, let's just copy it. We go back here, take graph, and then where can I tick you? See, just a function. Local player. Player. I'll just put this here. Then do a custom event. Tick SGK. Meaning anything else that has to do with SGK, I'll just call it through that function. Like this one, for example, which we don't need the camera shake. Tick SGK. Called player. Is this thing not being called? Oh, print string. Yeah, so it's being called. Okay. And that's good. Now for this part here, there is a reason why they are using this. And this is not that complex, but in ELS, you're going to check some variables like you need to check if it's moving forward or backwards, if it's moving left or right, if it's moving forward right or forward left. You need to check if it's moving back left or back right. But for the most part, you will need to check if it's moving forward or forward left or forward right. Yeah, and also it will depend on the rotation mode. Okay. Yeah, it will depend on the rotation mode. So in that case, I don't know if it will work. Let me just open one of my old project and copy that macro because I don't like redoing it. And I hope it won't take so much time. Let's open this one. Yeah, I will explain what's going on there, so don't worry. Oh man. Oh, this is too much. 6,000. And we are now at 1 hour. Yeah, so I am going to do a full video, okay? I won't cut. So this is too much. So I will just I think it's this one. Those are too much. Those are too many. Those are too many. What can I do? Ah, man, I hate that part. So we're going to check if it's moving. Stamina state. Da 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 da. Sprint key down. So that part, sprint key down. Where is that? It's supposed to be here. Put. This is the sprint. So we'll just do. Add a custom event. SGK on sprint. Call it like that. Then here SGK on sprint. Then we will take this with Control X. Go to the input graph, navigate to our sprint action, which is this one. Which is this one. And then this is supposed to be on started. This is on completed. Should delete this one. Yeah, it's working. Then from here, I will call SGK on sprint. Oh, come on. Then SGK on sprint. Yeah, so what I've done here is replacing the input so that also even when you go to the input settings and then change the buttons for sprint, it will still work. In short, you will have to change the rest. Okay, so whatever you replace here, just change it over there also. And the reason why I'm calling this is to make sure SGK stuff will work, especially for these two variables here. But unless you want to change and use something else instead. So for now, we can delete this because we've replaced it. That's if you want to, but if you don't, keep it. Those we will need them. Build. Learning. For the learning, we are never going to use learning. We will use my learning. Okay, yeah, also you will have to do your own learning because my animation blueprint it won't be the same as the SGK's blueprint, also the ELS blueprint, it won't be the same. You'll actually do the same stuff. Yeah, you will have to create your own lean code. Aim fire. So for this part also we will need to replace this. Where is input? Input action. Aim. So on started, on completed. Okay, started on. So we will have here to come here and do SGK on aim. Um, SGK on aim. Yeah, so for the custom events, I am using T and dot. Okay, some people, so it's T dot, then it will add the custom event. It's a shortcut to adding it. So now I will come here and do and I have to create space. So SGK on aim. SGK on aim. Yeah, so it's all basic. For more complexity, you could come here and do the thing, or you could like move this. Could like move this here. They're not copying. So is input blocked and is inventory opened? Is input blocked? Is inventory open? So that's all. You can now delete this. Okay. So that's to make sure you can't aim if the inventory is opened. Yeah, otherwise if you were to connect it earlier, see, you can still aim. So those are some of the changes you can check. Toggle combat mode, interact, toggle camera view. Yeah, we'll also have to this one with Control X. Screen, stance, action, jump. Is the view mode? Yeah, it's here. On started, on completed. Don't know if I press C, nothing is working, but if I press V and then I hold it, working. What else is important? Yeah, like I said, you can also do what they are doing here. I just do them, though it's boring. Is input blocked? Is inventory open? No, 11. So, I'm looking here. Oh, view inputs. If I open this, I can't change the camera input. Can't change the camera view. So, yeah, that's all about the inputs. So, whatever it is that you want from here, you can just copy and paste. For this, leave them as they are, not unless you have your own stuff for firing and can find a way to incorporate this. For that, not needed. This is for jumping. This is needed. View, ragdoll, aim. We don't need this because we will be using those numbers to change jump action. This on started, completed. And voila. So if I jump, yep, it's working. So again, I copy paste because I heard this anymore. Yeah, I can. False. Uh, 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 uh. And that's it. Now if I open this, I can't jump, even though I can still move. So meaning we will have to come to the movement input this guys. Yeah, let's just do that inside here. No, yeah, that's best. Yeah, in ELS version 4, there's this player in movement function. Just open it and then add them inside here. Okay, it's same function. So that you don't have to paste here and here. So at the moment, if I open this, I can't move, I can't crouch. That was ragdoll. Yeah, I can't do anything. But if I cross those, I can do everything. So for the inputs, we're done. I think what's left, it's inside here now. The part that I hate the most. Oh my god. Ah, so just do this. Drag this here. Oh, fast before we do any of that. We will need to open one of these custom events and then a blueprint interface and then add an interface of our own from the character interface. Let's see, character damage, SDK damage. Yeah, so this one we'll just call get ALS reference so that we don't have to cast to ELS every time. We can just use this. And then nope, wrong. Then here we will call ls biz like that. We will put this to character. Get ALS ref. So it's this. Then we do self like that. Okay, so that inside here or anywhere else, we can just do get SGK character, then get ALS reference message, and then from here we can now get all the variables that we want. So like I said, for example, we're going to need some of these variables from the player input, which are these ones: get forward axis and get right axis. So get forward axis, then get right axis, get rotation mode, that. So from here we're going to use select. Okay, so this will go to this. We will collapse this to a function. ls check sprint. Then we'll say it's a pure function. Okay, It's easy as that. So now inside here, we need to first of all check on when we are in velocity. When you are in velocity, so ELS pairs rotation velocity. So when you are in velocity, this is the velocity. Okay. So uh, we are going to check if this. I think we should do an abs check regardless if it's if you yeah should do one, then check if it's greater than or equal 1. I need to print string to make sure I'm printing the right stuff. From here, let's just not use this. Okay, check if it's that that. So check if it's that is going forward or is going backwards. Okay. Or check if is the same goes for those two. I should or or I'm not. That's what I did to the other uh, project and it worked. Okay, and get gate all printing and boolean thing to make this plain else L. So it's ALS Yeah, I believe that's simple to understand now. Ah, yes, that's simple to understand. So when we are in velocity direction, that's what we are going to use to check. Okay, so meaning if I see it's working. Okay, it doesn't matter. I am going so or okay. How many hours? 1 hour 25 minutes. Now for the other one, we are going to check for the looking direction. Let's just copy paste that here. So for this, we are going to check if he's forward, if he's moving forward or is moving backward. And also if he is, like moving. So for here, where things get tricky. So if this is, but if you know any other way that you understand, just go ahead and use it. You don't have to use my way. Uh, yeah, as long as it works for you, use it. Uh, don't use my way. So if is that means which one is yellow? Forward. So we are going to check if he's moving forward or backwards. Okay, or but you know all that is supposed to be in looking direction. What am I doing? Is looking direction. So we are going to check if he's moving forward or backwards. Okay, or he's moving forward and left. So meaning here we are going to check this or this, or we're going to check if this is moving forward and this is negative. So this is moving forward like that, and this, okay. Uh, so we're going to check if he's moving forward and moving like forward left, okay. Or huh, yeah, that's or goes here. Now we need to check for the other one. If it's moving forward, the other one should be 1 and 1, meaning this needs to be greater than. So check if he's moving forward and he is moving. So now this is forward right. Okay. We can now put this here. So I hope you guys understand what's going on. So we're checking if he's moving forward and like he's moving like this and you're sprinting. Okay. Why is it sprinting? I think it's this why it's not sprinting that side, but ideally it's supposed to work. Or is it because of this? There's nothing preventing it from happening. Let me use the old input and see where is sprint. Aim, sprint, action event, enhanced. Let's see here. Does it not want to sprint? They said it's sprinting. Does it say it is not sprinting? Because of this. Yeah, so I don't understand why this is not working. But regardless, that's what does. Your ELS might work, might be working perfectly, unlike mine, it doesn't want to work. So here we're checking if you're moving right, you're moving forward or backwards, okay, or you're moving forward right, or if you're moving forward left, okay, and you are sprinting. So if it's true, it is going to deduct the sprinting part. Okay, so from here we are going to get SGK character, then get ALS ref, and from here in ELS base we need to add a sprint to call this release sprint. So this is a custom event that I've added. We will call this release sprint. Release sprint. Like that. Yeah. And we'll do this. Hmm, is valid. Valid. We'll do that. But if it's not valid, we'll do a return value here. SGK, so that you can still connect SGK stuff. SGK. Okay. That. So now you can connect this here. So it will check if SGK, if let's say you're not playing with ELS, it will still work with the SGK. If maybe you want to test out some stuff, I think that idea is to make sure we won't break SGK character also. Let's now see if it's going to stop. this side, I don't know why it's not sprinting. Anyway, now also if we use uh, the other rotation mode, it should work. So this is how I check for the stamina. If you have any other ways, easier, better, something you understand and it's working, no need to do this. Okay, you can use your code as long as it's working. You are good to go. So how many hours now? Oh, still 1 hour 30 minutes. We still have so much time, guys. So and it's 11:50. Uh, so at this point, I believe everything is done perfectly. Uh, okay, but for these guys, oh, the animation is playing. That's great. Oh yeah, it's because I have upper body slot. Anyway, so now for this other part, it's for the animation part. But before I do that, I think we should do the sockets part. I think here I have the sockets. Yeah, yeah. Primary M4 mag. Yeah. Yeah, I have these sockets because I once used this for my other project. So in case you're doing ELS, fresh projects from the marketplace or from where you're getting it, just come to the mannequin or this, and then take all these sockets, and then just copy or paste. Yeah, you things that you might not need are things like the right hand IK, but I think you should simply because we are going to like delete this skeleton and also to make sure everything which is required is there. Put R, Control C, and then I think it will tell me some shit exists already. Yeah, so at this point I'm going to delete all the zero stuff. Anything that has zero in it, delete. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, that's it. Now we go to the animations and then ABP third person animation, which is this guy. So first things first, like I told you guys, you start by looking out for the custom events. For the blueprint interface, not custom events. Class settings. Okay, so we have all double anim layers and SGK animation interface. Okay, so SGK animation, and SGK foldable interface. I believe those are the ones. Holdable. Oh, it's PP. It's ALI. This one. ALI. Is it layers? Oh, ALI layers. ALI layers. So ALI holdable layers and SGK animation interface. They're the only ones. So once we're done, like normally I like adding a new one. SGK. Uh, 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 uh. Oh man, what am I doing? What am I doing? It's inside here. SGK. Then I come here and check for the functions. This time they added many functions. So I'll just start with this. Crow there is missing something. Play. Yeah, you add a delay by holding D and then you press mouse button where you want a delay. Okay. Sky. This is a variable. It's locally controlled. Curve active. Hover. This exists already, but from the other. Mm. Yeah, you might not have it. Like I said, I've already used this SDK project long time ago. Adding what's inside it more better. Up to that part, it's done. Crouching is moving, meaning we need any of those. Cows. Start with begin play. Link. Holding item. Play. It. There's link hold. custom event. Um, guy. Date. Do you see date SGK? That's it. So now update. Okay. Mm, Play. Column. Let's first of all event graph. Yeah, in your ELS you don't have this code, so good. Um, First person arms. Sync things up. See, we will have to remove this using a single mesh. Okay, and if we are using a single mesh, we don't need this tag, or you can just add it. Maybe they are using it in many places. Let's just add, let's add. It's just a tag, guys, right? First person. Yeah, there. Okay, as simple as that. Tag. Yeah, so just open your ELS character. I think at some point when you setting up tags, the ELS character might fail to set them. Let me also check something. Seeing a bug. I be able to interact with the meshes. What's the name? It. Wait. Okay. But I think I fixed it before. this one. Stick post. By default, it's always stick. That one will make sure that when you die, um, when you die, also clients will be able to interact with your dead body mesh. ALS space character, you have to something. I think it's gameplay. Have to disable this and disable that. Dedicated server. Meaning if you play as a server and you're testing things out, also in clients, it might not, but it will work. Experimental. See, single player. space character. Okay, interrupt. String. String. Happening here. Over is doing it. So sting. Server open next. P space server open. Okay. Component replicates ALS space. That's not good. That's not good and I don't like it. External string. Server see key master character. That rate's working. Let's see replication settings. Ta, ta, ta. That's not the problem. Come on.